Alright, exit corners again. Chapter 4. That sinking feeling. The Four Elements Hotel no longer exists. Ink read the message again. It made no more sense the second time, or the third, or fourth. The Four Elements Hotel no longer exists. Ink paused, unsure of whether to bring it up. I don't want to cause panic, but if I don't tell them, their contacts might waste valuable time looking for this place. Here goes nothing. I've got some bad news, guys.
Did your friend get back to you?
He did. As for the address of the hotel?
Is it the Four Elements not in Bellbridge? That's fine. I suspected as much.
Not quite. The hotel isn't, anywhere.
Could he not find the address?
He did find an address, and it does lead to downtown Bellbridge. But the hotel doesn't exist anymore.
What? What do you mean, it doesn't exist? Your friend must be mistaken.
Well, there was a hotel called the Fourth Elements in Bellbridge, but the hotel was demolished around 20 years ago. It isn't around anymore. There's no point in telling your father to look for it.
That's ridiculous. I don't believe that for a second. If the hotel doesn't exist, then how is it possible that we're inside of it?
Well, I kind of expected something like this. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal out of it. You expected the hotel to not exist? Stop saying that the hotel doesn't exist. What kind of talk is that? Come on, Ink. There's a perfectly good explanation for all this. You know what it is, right? We're in another building, one designed to resemble the Four Elements. I kind of want to see what that other one was. Time travel. Right on.
But why would anyone want to disguise another building as a 20-year-old hotel?
I'm not sure why Sen chose the Four Elements Hotel specifically.
Sen could simply hold some personal attachment to the hotel.
Or maybe he knew one of our contacts would look up the address and wanted to get some sort of reaction out of us.
That's possible too. What's important is that Scent has made it impossible for us to call for help. We'd almost be better off if he hadn't given this building a name at all. There's no way for us to know where we are. So, your father won't be able to find us, even if he goes to where the old Four Element Hotel used to stand. He'll be looking in the wrong place. I still won't believe that until my father tells me himself.
Ink held on to the hope that, somehow, Lisa's father would report back with different news. He trusted Sean, but hoped his friend had simply gotten mixed up. Well, now that our chances of rescue have plummeted, looks like our best bet is to play exit corners and win. Yeah, we've been idling in this hallway long enough. Let's move. Ray led the way into the next room, with Ink following close behind. 2 pairs of elevators lined the walls within. Ink found the air in the room pleasantly warm, if humid.
Elevators. And no lobby in sight. We mustn't be on ground level.
Think they'll lead us to the exit?
It would be foolish to assume that we've already reached the exit, but we'll be one step closer at least. There's a door around the corner at the far end. There's a little plaque next to the door with a symbol on it. Not sure what it means. I think that just means it leads to a stairwell, dear. Right.
Could you see if it's locked?
Yeah, I guess.
Where's Scent, I wonder?
I think we should take the stairs. Oh? Why is that? Unless you've got a good reason, Aether, I prefer to take the elevators. Never mind then. We don't have a choice. The door leading to the stairwell is locked, so elevators it is.
Elevators, you say? Doesn't look like there are any buttons we can use to call them. How are we supposed to get the doors open? I wonder if there's some sort of trigger or A familiar noise disrupts Ink's thoughts. Greetings and salutations, contestants. I pray you're all having fun. With no monitor in sight, it was difficult for Ink to pinpoint where Scent's voice was coming from. He lowered his head and listened. As for your next course of action, you'll notice there are 4 elevators in this room. In a few seconds, the elevators will open. I would suggest you have a look at them. Or you could die. Well, that was underwhelming. At least he has the decency to not waste our time. Just as Scent had promised, the elevators had all opened. Each sported a lit monitor. This seems pretty similar to the console in that first hallway. So it's a hand scanner? Looks like it. The other contestants called out from all corners of the room.
There's one over here, too. And in this one. It would appear there's one in each of the elevators.
Let's see here. Ray placed his hand on the scanner. Nothing. Huh. Is it not working? I think he wants us to ride in different elevators. Oh, what makes you say that? Just a hunch. It's worth a try, at least. Hey, listen up. Everyone get into a different elevator. When I count to 3, put your hand on the scanner. Ink could hear the other contestants following Ray's instructions. Each of them made their way into a different elevator. Hold on a second. There are 5 of us, but only 4 elevators. Oh, right. Looks like you'll have to double up with someone. Who should I go with? Up to you, I guess. Just hurry up and choose. Ink looked at the 4 open elevators. Ray stood in the first. Lisa stood in the second. Beth stood in the third. Finally, Aether stood in the fourth, shaking like a leaf. Why is she so jittery? Nah, I should just hurry up and pick one. It's not like it'll matter. Alright then. Well, the objectively correct choice is go with Aether because she's, you know, afraid of elevators. But this might build up trust. There doesn't appear to be an option for stay out of the elevators and see if that unlocks the stairwell. Ah well. Aether it is. I'll go with Aether. Aether might have tried to force a smile, but if she did, it was the most pathetic smile Ink had ever seen. Okay, something is definitely wrong here. Ink tiptoed into the elevator, making sure to give the girl some space. Right, everyone, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The elevator doors behind them closed. 3. Robbing the elevator of any outside light.
Hey, Ink. Thanks for coming with me.
Oh, don't mention it. You looked a bit lonely, to be honest.
I hate closed spaces. My hands get all clammy and I get short of breath and
She's claustrophobic?
Anyway, I hope someone would keep me company. I hope you don't find that selfish of me.
Ah, come on. That's hardly selfish. Besides, everyone's afraid of something.
But this is pathetic. I'm pathetic.
Aether, that's...
I'm going to die here. This is just one big coffin. Escape is impossible. It's never wrong. I know that now. I know! The same way I know about your...
Aether, are you talking to me, or...
So strong today.
Aether, you need to calm down. What are you trying to tell me, Slowly, now.
I'm sorry. I don't even really know what I'm saying. My head is all... messed up.
This looks like more than simple claustrophobia. Is there anything I can do to help? The girl shook her head. It looked like all they could do was wait for the elevator ride to end. Poor thing. She's trembling. Aether looked up at him. She opened her mouth to speak, but another voice filled the elevator instead. Hello, contestants. The synthetic voice made both of them jump. Ink guided a nearly paralyzed Aether to the corner of the elevator to get a better view of the monitor. Sure enough, in the middle of the screen, I hope you're enjoying the ride thus far. Wait, have we started moving already? Maybe we are. We've been going so slowly that it's hard to tell. However, I'm afraid this ride is about to take a turn for the worse. I would strongly advise evacuating this elevator as soon as possible. What's that? It's too late to evacuate? How unfortunate. I'll admit my timing on that one could have been better. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. A recent study confirmed that most people would prefer drowning to being crushed or burned alive. This is, of course, completely unrelated to exit corners. I can't imagine anyone wanting to drown. However, if the alternatives are really that awful... Goodbye. Ah, crap.
Ah! Ink! Below us!
Ink didn't have to look. He could already feel it at his feet. Water. Fuck, we're sinking. Ink slammed his fists on the elevator's closed doors, but it was useless. There wasn't anyone in the elevator hall to help them. He tried to wedge his fingers between the two steel doors, hoping to pry them open, but only succeeded in bruising his knuckles. When that didn't work, he wailed on the door some more. Let me out of here!
Are we going to... Ink?
Aether looked worse than ever before. Her shaking worsened, and every word she spoke fought to escape her throat. Ink put his hand on her shoulder. He didn't expect the gesture to calm her down, but he didn't know what else to do. It was at that moment that Ink noticed something had appeared on the monitor at the back of the elevator. A puzzle. Ink felt a small fire welling up inside of him. This was no time for hesitation.
What's going to happen to us?
I know you're scared, Aether, but try to stay calm. I'm going to get you out of here, okay?
Okay.
The puzzle. It's obviously here for a reason. I think if we solve it, we'll be alright. It's not like we have a choice. We need to solve this thing. And fast. Don't drown. Alright, well. Alright. There we go. Alright, yeah. Ask Aether. Don't drown? What kind of hit is that?
I think Scent is taunting us.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not sure what to do. How do we solve this?
Damn it. The water's already up to my knees. Hey, here's an idea. When the puzzle first booted up, the screen showed an arrow pointing down. If we flip the arrow around, do you think the elevator might switch directions?
But the pieces, they don't work if you're trying to flip it around.
Oh, I guess they don't. If I could rotate them, this would be no sweat, but...
But we aren't going to solve it, are we?
Don't say that. We're going to be alright, do you hear me?
Okay, I trust you, Ink.
I need to think of an alternate solution, and I need to hurry. Whatever. I'd rather not, accidentally kill everyone. If it would lead to more dialogue. That'd better be the right answer.
That looks about right, but...
Aether fell silent. She waded through the waist-high water and gripped Ink's hand so hard she almost crushed it. Ink closed his eyes. All he could do now was wait. Waiting. Waiting. Ink's eyes shot open as he heard the doors behind him do the same. Whatever water remained in the elevator spilled into the room. Ink let it carry him out onto the cold, hard floor.
Ink, would you mind?
Hey, I'm allowed to laugh. I almost had a heart attack back there.
All of the elevators are turned at once, it seems. Why don't you help me check up on the others, then, if you're in such high spirits?
Sure, I can do that. Ray and Aether were standing by the wall closest to Ink. Ray seemed a little shaken, but otherwise fine. I'm a little worried about Aether. I mean, look at her. She's practically shivering.
I think she just needs some time to regain her composure. I'll have a word with her just to be safe.
That leaves one contestant. Is she just deep in thought, or is something wrong? Hey, are you alright?
Did it happen to you too?
Just look around, Lisa. Everyone's soaked from the thighs down. What do you think?
Oh, is that... Right, you're right. Of course.
Did you solve the puzzle? Did it even show up for you?
I saw it, but didn't solve it. Did you?
Yeah, we managed to solve it. I guess Sent arranged it so if one of us solved the puzzle, it would raise all 4 elevators. Thank God he had the decency to set it up that way.
Gee, what a stand-up guy. Remind me to attend his next charity dinner.
I guess hoping for a thank you was a bit optimistic of me.
Anyway, Ink, it seems your friend was right after all.
Oh?
The 4 elements was, in fact, demolished before I was even born. My father sent me a message while I was in the elevator. He said the same thing your friend did.
So what's your dad going to do now?
He says he's going to have his men check on downtown Bellbridge, where the hotel used to stand.
I'm not sure how much good that'll do.
My father will find me. That's a guarantee.
Alright, if you say so. A strange clicking sound made Ink turn his head. What was that?
It looks like that solving the puzzle unlocked the door to the stairwell. I think that's the only way forward.
Yeah, looks like it. Ink scratched his head. Something was off. Is anyone else getting the impression that this game seems a bit too... linear?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that.
Go through a door, solve a puzzle, unlock the next door, repeat. When Sent said that we needed to discover the exit, I thought there would be some kind of large, maze-like compound to explore. There are traps and stuff, for sure, but the game's actual structure is a lot simpler than I had expected. It's linear because it has to be. Huh? What do you mean by that? Everything in this hotel is automated. The mechanisms that unlock the doors, the puzzles, sense messages, and even the traps. They all seem to run themselves using sensors and switches. No external input required. From a design standpoint, having the game be linear makes it a hell of a lot easier to plan out. Even in the rooms where we don't need to press any switches, the messages could be set to play after a short delay. The one back in the lounge worked like that, I think. But if Sent doesn't need to operate the game in any way, then what is he doing right now?
Do you think he's watching us somehow? Worse. Sent is one of us.
What?
How could you say that? I've been considering the possibility for some time now. Ray's analysis of the traps really put it into perspective, though. One of us is Sent.
Hey now, let's not jump to conclusions here.
Ink, listen. Exit Corners is a game, or so we've been told. Games are for people's amusement. Whose amusement? Not mine, that's for sure. This game was made to please Sent. He must get a kick out of watching people squirm. Now, what do you suppose would be the easiest way to observe and keep track of us?
By pretending to be a contestant. Is that what you're getting at?
Precisely. He's got a front row seat to his own twisted game. Why would Sent put themselves at such a risk? Not only the traps, but if any of us found out who they really were... Well, he probably knows the location of the traps and the solutions to the puzzles, and I suppose his plan is to avoid getting caught.
But... Ink racked his brain trying to find something that could prove Lisa wrong. His search was fruitless. As much as he didn't want to believe it, Lisa's theory was plausible.
Don't tell me that it never once crossed your mind, Ink.
Well, Ink stammered, unable to come up with a suitable reply. Just who are you, Sent? What are you after? Are you really one of us? Well, that was a fast chapter. Let's see how that did with the trust meters. Yeah, Aether went up. As expected.